Growing up Filipino housewives on Bohol Island lend their strength to help erect prefab classrooms for quake-damaged schools. In Thailand, Chiang Mai School celebrates Teachers' Day, where students seize the chance to express their gratitude. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. On the Philippines' Bohol Island, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to build prefab classrooms across the island. Recently, the volunteers arrived at Sabbayan Central Elementary School, which was almost completely destroyed by the recent earthquake. Volunteers also visited the school's principal to gain a better understanding of her situation.
During the Bohol earthquake, many schools were severely damaged, including Sabbayen Central Elementary School. Although parents have set up a prefab classroom, the students' learning environment is still less than ideal.
It is very hard for us. Then our classroom, we put a stone here inside so that the water will not be here up to here.
The volunteers also followed the principal home to gain a better understanding of her living arrangement and are surprised by the devastation the earthquake left behind. Diaz says this broken cart is where she and her husband have lived for the past 6 months.
She said that she sleeps on the car at night. It is terrible she is living in such hardship.
As Diaz's husband is currently jobless, she is the sole breadwinner for the family. Without the means to repair her home and school, Diaz can no longer hold back her tears.
My house was destroyed in the earthquake. We don't have money to fix it, and 3 of my children are in college. I really don't know what to do.
The volunteers also visit a school teacher at home. Although the earthquake also destroyed her home, this teacher has decided to put her sorrows behind her.
The Bohol earthquake destroyed the homes of this principal and many teachers. Facing a terrible situation both at home and at school, these educators are under tremendous stress. However, they know that they have to be strong for their students. More on Tzu Chi's prefab classrooms in the Philippines. In Tacloban, since Typhoon Haiyan, students have been using the prefabs for half a year now, while waiting for their schools to be repaired. Later, we see how they are enjoying the gift from Tzu Chi. But first, staying in Bohol, we meet some local housewives who are devoting time and effort to help with the installation of the prefab classrooms.
Carefully tightening the screws and fixing the frames are housewives who volunteer to help Tzu Chi with its prefab classroom installation.
Female volunteers who come to help are housewives like me. We hope to do something for our children and give them a safe environment to study in.
Emelina Lacoy comes to help as well.
Our husbands are working in farms, so we are here to help Tzu Chi volunteers with simple work like this.
On Sunday, construction volunteers still work tirelessly to reconstruct school buildings for students at the Tunga Elementary School in Tacloban.
We need to complete the roof as quickly as we can so that children can resume their classes indoors. Although today is Sunday, we work as usual.
While at Tunga High School, students are cleaning up their newly refurbished school buildings as they prepare to move in. And Tzu Chi's temporary classrooms that have been used for half a year will be disassembled.
Now that we have new classrooms, students will be able to continue their lessons without worries. Teachers can give lectures in a proper environment too.
Thanks to Tzu Chi's prefab classrooms, the education of students in the Philippines has not been disrupted despite the country's several natural disasters.
Here in the Philippines, not only have residents from Marikina City joined Tzu Chi volunteers in erecting prefab classrooms on Bohol Island, a local driver assigned to drive the volunteers also decided to roll up his sleeves and help. Among the team erecting prefab classrooms here in Bohol are a group of grey uniformed volunteers from Marikina. Once victims of Typhoon Ketsana, they can relate to the pain of quake survivors here. Hence, they were more than willing to travel the distance to offer their assistance.
I am very honored to be here. I feel happy to be able to help those in need.
A driver by profession, Bohol resident Rome was formerly involved in charity work. After driving for Tsiji volunteers, he expressed an interest in helping out and has hence taken on the work during his free time.
Helping others makes me happy. Since I just wait in the car anyway, I might as well join everyone and do something.
55-year-old Chinese entrepreneur Liu Qizhi from Manila joined the volunteers during last October's disaster survey. Setting foot here once again, he is filled with mixed feelings.
These people really need help, so thank you, Master Zheng Yan. These residents aren't able to do much for themselves, but with Tziji's manpower and hardware, we can really help them.
Without any distinction, volunteers and local residents alike roll up their sleeves and work together. Schools and residents also thoughtfully prepared snacks and tea for those working on the classrooms, as everyone hopes to do their part to help students resume classes as soon as possible.
As consumers, we should be selective about the food we eat to avoid jeopardizing our own health. The thing is, with all the spices, seasonings, and preservatives added to food, most of us have probably forgotten what food really tastes like originally. In Kaohsiung, to help consumers appreciate the true taste of rice, the only steamed rice shop in southern Taiwan sticks to its principles, as it has done for almost 6 decades. But first, we meet a young man with a master's degree who managed to grow one of the nation's top 10 rice.
Taiwan's agricultural industry has quite a reputation, and so does the nation's rice production. Not only is rice the staple food for the nation, but also for some 2 billion people in the world. However, as the demand for rice decreases in the country, there is no longer a need for mass rice production, and thus rice farmers are forced to reinvent themselves.
The older generation relies on experience and follows the schedule of the farmer's almanac to plant, fertilize, and whatnot. I, on the other hand, take a scientific approach, so I only use about half of the amount fertilizers other farmers use.
From Tainan's Hobi, after getting his master's degree, Lai decided to take over his grandpa's unused paddy. To set himself apart, he applied what he learned in school and discovered the key lies in the proper use of fertilizers.
If excess fertilizers are used, the rice plants cannot properly process and absorb all the nutrients anyway. So in the end, they just begin to accumulate in the rice and ground. But with my method, my field is actually getting healthier instead. I only use organic fertilizers in my paddy.
Thanks to his scientific spirit, Lai's rice grows up healthy and strong. However, this has drawn the interest of rabbits, sparrows, and insects. Still, he only employs natural methods to fight these pests.
Though I get annoyed when sparrows peck at my rice, I try to turn a blind eye and just let them be. After all, how much can they really eat?
Thanks to his effort, the rice Lai grows has won a spot among a list of the nation's top 10 rice. Over in Kaohsiung's Fengshan, this steamed rice shop is only one left of its kind in southern Taiwan. With nearly 60 years of history, the shop's loyal customers are also its most scrupulous inspectors.
熏好，好吃啊！
怎么去判断它品质很好？
吃就知道了。
大概吃它的饭吃多久了？
哇，好10几年哦。
To help more people appreciate Taiwan's rice, the young Nan Cheng-nian, who is born in the 80s, inherited the shop from her father. Having gone on purchasing trips with her dad, the young woman already knew how to pick good rice.
台东的。
This is from Taidong. It's more fragrant. You can tell by the shape and fragrance of the rice. The imports may be bigger or longer, while Taiwan's rice tends to be more round and short.
对，比较短。
Upholding the family business's reputation, the shop does not compromise on quality. for if they used cheaper rice, their hard-earned consumer confidence would be lost.
You got to have conscience. Whatever you make to feed others, you must be willing to eat yourself. So that's our attitude in this food industry, to stay true to our conscience.
基本的良心来做食品。
Staying true to their conscience, the Lan family continues to help others appreciate rice's true flavor, just as Mother Nature intended.
One of this year's recipients for Taiwan's Model Police Officer Award is Xu Bin Lai of the Traffic Division of the Taichung Police Department. Let's see why the 41-year-old officer deserved this award. In the past, whenever a traffic police officer processed the scene of an accident, they had to hand draw the scene as part of their report. However, in Taichung for the past 3 years, police officer Xu Bin Lai has been promoting the use of computers to draw the scene instead, which not only helps reduce processing time, but also reduces paper usage.
After the paperwork is filed, if the public of the prosecutor's office wants the document, then we need to look for it in the archives. That takes a lot of time, as we have to move the boxes in and out of the archive room.
Now that the files are stored digitally, the public's access to them is much easier.
Originally, our processing time for traffic accident paperwork is 30 days, which is the standard island-wide, but we have reduced it to 7 days.
Being the initiator of this change has not always been easy, but Xu remains determined.
Whenever a problem occurs with the system, I'll have to respond to fix it, whether it is nighttime, early morning, or during my days off. Of course, sometimes it interrupts my life.
He is very dedicated to his job and tends to every little thing himself. Our system is the first of its kind in Taiwan, and he has helped our department's traffic division achieve a top grade from the ministry's National Police Agency.
An officer for more than 17 years, Xu's passion for the job has earned him recognition from the National Police Agency.
I want to thank my departmental supervisors for the support and assistance I've received along the way. I'm very honored to have received this award today, and I will continue to uphold my duty and serve the people of this country.
Next, we go to the Chiang Mai Tzu School in Thailand, where students held a Wai Kru ceremony or Teachers' Day celebration for their educators. During the event, students offered bouquets to their teachers as a way to express their love and gratitude.
According to Thai tradition, on Wai Kru Day or Teachers' Day, students will make floral arrangements as gifts for their teachers. The flowers that are normally used are Exora, which represents wisdom, eggplant blossom representing respect, and grass representing perseverance. Popcorn is also added to the decoration to represent obstacles.
I decided to make the flower tray into a heart shape to represent the love we have for our teachers.
This year at the Chiang Mai Tzu School, students have set up a message board where they can express their love and thanks to educators.
This board is filled with words that we want to say to our teachers. We are too shy to say those words personally, so we decided to put them on the board. I am thankful to all my students. They are like a mirror that always reminds me to repent.
For the past 3 years, Teachers' Day celebrations at the Chiang Mai Tzu School have been organized by the students themselves. During the event, teachers apply a plaster marking on the student's forehead, which represents auspicious Indian gooseberry leaf behind their ears for the forming of good affinities, and a cotton string for future blessings. This year, the school's alumni also made it a point to attend the ceremony.
Please remember to thank your parents and teachers when you achieve success in life. They are the people who supported you every step of the way.
Thanks to the ceremony, students have a chance to express their gratitude and love for their teachers.
The Tzu Chi Foundation has long held an affinity with the residents of Hualien's Jiaxing village in Xinchen Township since the start of a project to fix the homes of local seniors in 2011. This year, a new program is launched to get foreign spouses involved in their community, while recruiting more like-minded individuals to join Tzu Chi's cause.
Delivering plates of vegetarian goodness to seniors, Hualien Tzu Chi volunteers are sharing how to make simple dishes using Tzu Chi's instant rice and pumpkins.
很好啊，我说都很丰富啊。
This meal is healthy and delicious, so I enjoy eating it very much.
Since the project to help seniors fix up their homes in 2011, Tzu Chi and Jiaxing village have long been close. Now a new community project is in the works, where volunteers hope to motivate foreign spouses to get involved in their neighborhoods.
We are discussing with volunteers on taking turns to come here to cook meals for solitary seniors. We want these seniors to feel the love from their community.
Tzu Chi volunteers are passing on the baton to foreign spouses here in Jiaxing village. We must use our love to care for disadvantaged groups in our own community and spread the seeds of compassion.
As volunteers deliver meals to solitary seniors, they hope that such programs will continue to blossom and loving kindness will continue to spread throughout the nation.
Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers visited the self-help Benjamin Rosenthal Prince Street Senior Center in Flushing to educate seniors on the importance of recycling. During the visit, volunteers discovered that many residents have already been collecting recyclables to help 88-year-old Grandpa Ding pay his rent.
In Flushing, New York, Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting the self-help Benjamin Rosenthal Prince Street Senior Center to hold a seminar on environmental conservation. During the seminar, volunteers explained to 130 elders how PET bottles can be transformed into eco-friendly blankets.
We have been encouraging our students and volunteers to use a handkerchief instead of tissue papers. We don't have to use a lot of tissue papers during summer or winter.
At the end of the seminar, many residents seized the chance to learn ways to protect the planet from the blue and white cloud angels.
In the future, I will use this reusable bag when shopping for grocery.
We have a member who is 88 years old and needs money to pay for his rent. So we decided to encourage all members to bring plastic bottles to the center. The money from the proceeds will then be given to the senior.
After learning that Grandpa Ding could not pay for his rent of $10 a day, the center decided to donate all the money collected from selling PET bottles to him, which inspired other residents to join the good cause.
We hope to spread environmental messages far and wide into all corners of society. I think what Tzu Chi Foundation is doing is great because it will benefit us and the generations to come.
In China's Fujian province, Tzu Chi volunteers found their way into communities in Quanzhou and Zhangzhou, where they promoted the use of a homemade cleaning agent, eco-friendly blankets, and other green concepts. While in Taiwan, following the conclusion of this year's Tzu Chi Team Leaders Training Seminar in Taichung, nearly 10 Tzu Chi volunteers from China's Kunshan visited the Meide recycling station, where they learned how to recycle with more efficiency.
Taichung's Meide recycling station is kept tidy and clean within a residential area. Recycling volunteers make the most of the space and resources here by stacking recyclables, as well as reusing wastewater collected from a supermarket next door. And this customized frame helps the older volunteers do their job more easily.
It is really difficult for senior volunteers to sit and bend constantly. After we go back to China, we will make similar equipment.
Among the Kunshan Tzu Chi volunteers visiting the Meide recycling station is Tzu Chi volunteer Zhao Junqi, who is a Taiwanese businessman in China. Because of his work, Zhao's marriage was once on the brink of divorce.
Before, we had nothing in common, but after joining Tzu Chi together, we now often share our work and ideas with each other. Our relationship has changed for the better since then.
One in Taiwan, the other in China, the Zhao couple does Tzu Ji's work in separate locations, yet still remains in close spiritual contact.
Doing Tzu Ji is not just for a sense of mission or garnering blessings. I think it is my obligation. Doing charitable deeds gives me immense joy.
Working on the Tzu Ji path hand in hand, the Zhao couple has gained immeasurable joy along the way. In China's Quanzhou, Tzu Ji volunteers have organized a gathering for community members to learn more about recycling. Volunteers first introduced Tzu Ji's eco-friendly blankets and homemade cleaning agents to participants.
Yes, I will. Thank you for giving us a bottle to try. If it's effective, I will figure out how to make it by myself.
Meanwhile, in Zhangzhou, volunteers organized another gathering at the Nanjing recycling station, where participants come together to learn some recycling tips.
We only have one Earth. I think I will go back home with Tzu Ji's message and share it with my family and educate my children. We can start from the little things in lives to improve our environment.
It's very important to practice recycling. Like the lady before me said, we only have one Earth. If everyone can contribute a little to show our love, we can enjoy a better and cleaner environment.
By showing our love for our Mother Earth in small ways, everyone can play his or her part in protecting this planet.
In Miaoli's Zhunan, Tzu Ji's尖山recycling station has been in service for the past 12 years. To reciprocate the recycling volunteers' dedication, recently, Hsinchu Tima members and Tzu Ji volunteers visited the recycling station to hold a free clinic to safeguard the health of these wonderful bodhisattvas.
Here at Tzu Ji's尖山recycling station in Miaoli's Zhunan, recycling volunteers' hands never stop sorting recyclables. Helping to clean up the place is team Dr. Zhongping Zhen, as the station is hosting a free clinic today. The free clinic is held exclusively for the hardworking recycling volunteers here. After a blood pressure measurement, volunteers get a thorough examination. Acupuncture therapy and dental service are also available.
Teeth wear down too. When that happens, your teeth will hurt.
Later, team of doctors and volunteers seize the opportunity to check on care recipients living nearby. Checking on the care recipient, a doctor also reminds her foreign caretaker how to properly care for her teeth. As always, team members seize every moment to make this world a better place.
At the end of the show, we head to Canada and join Tzu Ji Academy in Surrey as they bid farewell to Principal Lai Yuyan and welcome in Guan Hui Mei. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.